Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Sabayomi, and in this video we will talk about debugging a Golang program or application. In this video we'll be looking at the GNU debugger. The GDB is the standard debugger for C, C++ and other compiled language on the Unix like system, which Go partially falls under. The recommended way of debugging a Golang application is using the Go native debugger, which understand the Go routines and the Go runtime. But today I'm looking at the GNU debugger, which also works well with a Golang binary file. So let's get right into it. I have my guide here. I'll open my terminal. Type in vertical term. So we have our splitter terminal here. So if I do ls, I have this go mod file main.go and the readme here. And if I cut what we have in the main.go, we have a simple program, the package.main. We imported this fmt package for printing to our console, and we declared a function main. It has a variable x, which is 42, variable y 10, and variable z that divides x over the value of y. And at the end, we have hello world z printed to the console. Let's clear our screen. For us to be able to use a GNU debugger, we will use this code. We'll build our app with go build -g flag. Then we can pass this C flag. We use all -n -l, and the output binary file should be app named app, and the target app should be main.go. So I'll copy this and we can paste it here like so. And if I do ls again, we should have the binary file. If you open the app, you have this binary file. Cool. So I'll quit. Again, I'll open my vertical terminal again. So the next thing to do is to start the GDB. So the GNU debugger, by pressing GDB dot current folder dot, which is the current folder, then you target the binary file, and this we open the GNU debugger. Let me zoom out a bit like so. So the first command that we learn is the list command. So if I type list will show us what we have in the main.go file. So we have the package and the line numbers. And the second command that we'll learn is break, which applies breakpoint to a specific line. Say I want to apply breakpoint to line 6, I can do break 6, and we have breakpoint 1 at this memory address targeted to this file called main.go on line 6. And the beautiful thing about the GDB is that you can toggle the TUI layout, which gives more visual to what we are doing. So if I do TUI.enable, then we can see the breakpoints applied here. So we have this B plus applied to line 6. So let's add another breakpoint, break on line 8. So we have 2 breakpoints. You can see here we have breakpoint 2 at this memory address, the file name, and the line 8. Cool. And you can toggle between these layout. So we have the normal layout and the TUI layout by pressing Ctrl X and A. So I'm inside the normal layout, and if I press Ctrl X and A again, I'm back to the TUI layout. And to quit out of this GDB, you just press Q. You can type quit, and you're back to your terminal. So let's run the GDB again. GDB like so. Then we do the TUI enable. Let's breakpoint to line 6, which is our X variable, and we can run our app by typing run. So the command run will run and stop at the first breakpoint that it gets to. So if I press run, it stops at this line 6, and you can see these angle brackets. So we have thread 1 app it breakpoint 1 main.main method and this file name. So another command worthy of note is the print command. So we can print to the console by typing print x. So if I print x, because we are still on this line, you'll see this numbers printed to us is more like a memory address, and until we step over before we can see the actual value attached to the x variable. So we have the print command. For us to step through execution, we can use the next to step over and the step to step into functions and whatnot. So let's demo that. So if I type next, so we are on this next line, which is line 7, and if I print x again, so that x is now 42 as opposed to this long address like value. So the next command worthy of note is the enter command. If I press enter, it will repeat the last command, which in our case is this print x. If I press enter, we have 42 printed out to the console. And if I press step, which is step into, this will step into a function. So if I press step again, if you step into this format dot println, this is a function. I'll press step. So I'll keep pressing step again. Until we get to this function being printed. So if you want to really read about what a function is doing, or you want to learn more about where the function is written, you can use this step command. And to quit, you can use the quit command. Now type yes. You can also run the watch command, which listens for changes in your variables or method name. So let's go through the process flow again. You compile your app into binary, which we have done earlier. We have this app, this app binary file, and you can run with your GDB app. You can toggle with Ctrl+XA. I'll toggle back Ctrl+XA. You can list to read your code. You can print your variable. So we have no symbol X in current context because we need to run this GDB first by typing run like so. So let's switch back to the TUI view, and you can apply breakpoint by just typing the name, by just typing the line number break. Let's apply to break 7. You can also remove the breakpoint by just typing clear 7. As you can see, the breakpoint is gone. Let's do another breakpoint on break 9. You can watch 6. Let's watch 6. So we got this cannot watch constant value 6. All right, and you can do the, let's run this first. You can print, let's print X. You can print Z, and we have 4 because 42 divided by 10 give us 4, and discard the remaining 0.2. You can also see backtrace and so on. And most importantly, you can type the help command to see the list of commands that you can use. And so, and also do help or. So we have this break here, and we have the abbreviation as BREA. So if I So if I do BREA, let's do 6. As you can see, we have this breakpoint here. So let's do the help all again. So we have catch, we have catch load, we have disable method, enable. So you can just read through this help command and pick the ones that you need, and you're good to go. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. If you enjoyed this lesson, please do well to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.